Crafting Minds presents Curious About Rapid Naming. The term rapid naming is receiving more attention in educational circles. But what is it? Rapid naming is related to reading. When we read, our brain matches letters or words with corresponding verbal labels. As we encounter a pattern of letters, we retrieve the associated sound. For a word, we retrieve the correct pronunciation. Naming speed is the rate at which retrieval happens. It's not that students need to become speed readers. Rather, automatic reading is critical to make meaning out of text. To gather information about naming speed, educators administer an assessment called a Rapid Automatized Naming, or RAN task. These measures can be administered as part of eligibility assessments or as screening tools beginning in preschool. RAN tasks are designed so that students repeatedly name a small set of objects, letters, numbers, or a combination. The examiner records the amount of time necessary to name all the symbols. When selecting a RAN tool, make sure that it's valid, reliable, and indicates risk. Common assessment measures include the RAN-RAS, the Rapid Naming Subtest, and the Comprehensive Test of Phonological Processing, and the DMG RAN measure. Students who score in the average or above average range on these measures are at low risk for a rapid naming weakness, whereas those who score in the below average range are at higher risk and may need an intervention designed to improve reading automaticity. Naming speed deficits are considered one subtype or profile of dyslexia. The other common subtypes are a phonological deficit and a double deficit. A naming speed deficit is characterized by challenges in single word reading and passage fluency. It affects approximately 15% of students with reading disorders. About 19% of students with reading disorders could be characterized by just having a phonological deficit. They often struggle with accuracy in phonemic awareness and decoding. Finally, about 60% of students with dyslexia could be characterized as having a double deficit, which means they require intervention for both naming speed weaknesses and a phonological deficit. As you support students with naming speed deficits, there are two main paths of intervention. The first is to ensure automaticity with phonemic awareness. The second involves lessons that connect all aspects of word knowledge. Research has shown that the more students know about the word, including the letter patterns, the word meaning, the part of speech, the faster they will retrieve it. Let's imagine you want to increase students' retrieval for a word with a common letter pattern, like clock. You could focus on the phonics aspect of clock, but then also the multiple meanings of the word, the job that it plays in a sentence, and what happens when you add a prefix or a suffix. Efficacy studies that examine the impact of 70 hours of intervention on students with reading disorders found that students made better gains in their oral reading fluency when their instruction included the multiple aspects of word knowledge as compared to instruction that was phonics only. Next steps you can take include training in the administration of RAN assessments and using the tool for eligibility testing and screening, integrating the multiple aspects of word knowledge into your instruction, and investigating existing curricula that already use this format, like the RAVO and Language Live programs. For more information about rapid naming and other topics related to dyslexia and reading disorders, visit our website at craftingmindsgroup.com.